So I saw a little video. I saw a video on a podcast stream, and it's the Straight Talk Knobs. That's podcast stream. And there was a man that is talking about women and in a good way. So I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna react to it and what I think about it and what my perspective is also. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying though. Because at the end of the day, it's okay for a man to know his worth. It's okay for a man to choose. Let me finish what I'm saying though. It's okay for a man to know his worth. It's okay for a man to.
That is one thing that I already find very annoying, and it already shows me how unemotional mature some men are, is the fact that a man is talking and they proceed to talk over that person, not listening to them, and creating an environment wherein it's very hard to even keep on a conversation with a person as that. And 9 times out of 10, it comes from a person, a man or a woman, that doesn't listen to the other person when they talk. So
it's okay for a man to put himself first. I get the dynamic of doing what's best for a relationship, but I think also a lot of times subconsciously men have a little bit of manipulation in there when it comes to that. Because why can't a person who knows what they want, a woman who knows what she want to be at, what she desires in a man, what she wants in a relationship, what she wants out of a husband, if you don't meet those qualifications, if you are not given that potential as to what she sees, why can't she choose herself? And I think that's where the manipulation comes into play with men, because what it is it do be manipulation, because what it is you want her to take it. It all goes back to that.
But when she
and
go
at the
out
end of the day,
and
let me
find
finish, I'm gonna let you
another
talk. At the end of the day, you want her to take the bullshit. You want her to take the drama.
Okay.
You want her to take the infidelity. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna let y'all talk. But at the end of the day, it's all about, when you really get down to nitty gritty, who is she as a person? And a lot of women lose themselves trying to please a man that's never gonna be happy.
But she went outside, found a nigga with the money, or whatever she felt like she needed to have that her man at home didn't have. She found no happiness in that, and then she want to come back in the same position.
Can I say this?
I don't understand that. You
wanna...
still, it's no manipulation. You sought out for what you thought you was missing over here, then you see it ain't shit really over there like you thought, then you want to come back. There's no manipulation in that.
But I
you
think
just misguided
you're
yourself.
Talking about, but hold on, wait a minute.
That's what I said from the jump.
You're talking about one group of girls. First of all, it's a lot of women out there. It's a lot, and I'm responding to that though. It's a lot of women out there, contrary to popular belief, that are not based upon money. They're not based upon finances. They're not based upon monetary gifts. They're not based upon cars and things of that nature. And it's not even a percentage. If you go way back to the women that raised me, you and Mozzie.
Yeah, I'm gonna react to it right now. It's still a little bit longer, but I'm gonna react already. What he's saying about the fact that that part of a woman losing herself in a man is so real. And the thing is, it's women get conditioned from an early stage of life already that the main goal in life is to, what I also saw in other podcasts, is getting loved by someone else, and they don't get learned to find a love within themselves and create for themselves a whole different way of perspective towards what love in general actually is. And it's what it's now a lot of times how women get grown up into, is they get conditioned that love is a love you can only get from a man or from an outside influence, and it can start from a man to having a certain job, to having a certain relationship, and that's the only way that you can get love as a woman. And I also think in general what he says also about the fact that a lot of men, and this is real, they have a certain egotistical side to them, that they think that they have every right to go to women and pick and choose whoever they want. But if a woman is doing the same, because I'm that person, if a woman would do that, they perceive that as something that's not worthy, or something that's not conditioned to be a woman, or someone that isn't playing her cards right, because she should go walk behind a man finding love through him. And the thing is also, a lot of men in general, there is because yes, it is healthy that you don't throw yourself in the first best person, woman or man that you see, and put down a whole marriage type of thing. But the thing that I do think is, it's normalized in this life that women do so, and it's normalized for men. What I also saw in other podcasts, that for them it's normalized that they can pick and choose. And it also plays a role in that whole concept of being a virgin, how many bodies, most stupidest idiotic things that I've heard in my whole life. It's already conditioned from an early age that women, that's why a lot of women are also in a very bad relationship or abusive relationships, of people that are not loyal to them, people that don't show love in the way that they want to get love. It's because they got conditioned that the moment that you have sex with a person, or a moment that you only already date with a person, that's the exact same person that you need to be with your whole life. And a lot of women also, I think, stay unconsciously from out a certain guilt, and especially about sex, because it's still a very taboo topic in general, for men to grab the concept that women have sex. They can pick who they have sex with, how many times, how different people, and it got nothing to do with their worth. And also, a lot of men need to understand the fact that it doesn't make you different that your penis get inside a woman, and for her it's going in. There's no difference in that. Check your body yourself before you're gonna check a woman on her body. And that's the thing that he also talks about a manipulation side, the little bit gaslighting tactic, what he's talking about, because that shit happens a lot, a lot. And the fact, what I find very low, is the only thing that other men can bring up to him is talking about the fact that the women only want them for money. One thing in general, what I've learned, a person who doesn't have money is the only person who makes that as a problem. And the next to that, yeah, do I find the concept interesting of women only dating with men who have money, and just that's the most important thing in life? No, that's not my way of going to love. I wouldn't do that personally. But do I want a man who can, I'm not gonna say what kind of man I want, but I do know what men I want. But next to that, about what he said about a money part, I think a lot of men, what you heard of, especially in America, that's what I talk with a lot of different people, a lot of different cultures, and I talk with an American woman, also some American men, but also an American woman, and she said, the thing is here, in America in general, there is indeed a weird concept about what you call gold digger or whatever the fuck maybe. But she said to me, the thing is, the man always asks, what do you bring to the table? But when you ask them the same question, the first thing that they will mention is their money. And also, when you enter in a relationship with them, they show you that they have no loyalty. They show you that they are abusive mentally or physically. They show you that they cannot protect you. So what she said, I would prefer I would prefer a man who can give me the emotional aspect 100%. But if there is no choice for me doing so, then yes, I'm gonna choose a man who gives me the financial benefits to grow myself up. That means putting it in your business, putting it in the gym, putting it in whatever you want to change about yourself, putting it in something that you as a woman can grow from and grow bigger. And she said that to me, and I was like, you know, it very much makes sense, because the thing is, instead of men should ask themselves what a woman brings to the table, they need to ask themselves, what do I bring to the table in the first place? And I think also for women and men in general, a lot of people don't do that. And the moment that you know and that you ask yourself the question, what do I bring to the table, then you know at which table you need to sit. Because a lot of you people sit at the wrong table and ask the wrong menus, and you ask it to someone who cannot afford it. And I don't talk about money. They cannot afford it spiritually, mentally, physically, whatever if everly exists. And I think people need to grab that concept, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch further.
It's women that was doing it on their own, and it's a lot of women, if you go way back, that supported a lot of men.
That also what he said about the parents, your mother, my mother. What I also see a lot about a lot of men that have, and I'm not saying all men. I don't want to hear anything about someone saying, "Why it's not always shut up." I'm not saying that, but the thing is, what a lot of men do in general is, they will treat their sisters and their mother respectfully, but another woman they won't. And there is a weird misconcept, because you as a person cannot tell me that you respect women only because you respect your mom. That's why if someone would tell me, yeah, I respect my mom, I respect my sister, I respect women, I don't immediately believe you. I absolutely do not. Because there are a lot of people that will give only respect and love towards people that they cannot see sexually, because in the normally, like your brother and sister and your family, you cannot see sexually. I hope not that people that do that, but incest exists, I guess. And you not being able to talk with a woman normally without thinking about what's between her legs, you don't respect women. You don't know how it works. You don't respect her. If you need to be friends with people that you find attractive, you don't respect women. You don't. So back it up. Okay? It's fine. Yeah. Continue.
He was not on that shit. So contrary to popular belief, Barn, it's a lot of women out there who will love you if you don't have money. But it's the bullshit. You want her to take your bullshit into mistreatment.
Exactly what I was talking about. Exactly what I was talking about. A lot of men, or not a lot of women, but a lot of men in general, they expect a woman to love them without the finances, but next to the finances, they have nothing to bring than drama. And you know, I'm not a big part of just dating people for money, because I don't fuck with it. I would choose 100 million times to stay single as long I can find someone that can benefit me emotionally, motivate me, like do emotionally. I don't gonna say what's in that package, because narcissists exist and they can watch and they can portray themselves as someone as that. But money a lot of times isn't that high on the rate. So yeah.
And the infidelity, that's where a lot of women draw the line. It's not about staying down with a man when he ain't got it. And you talking about a woman going to searching for something. But guess what? If a man made her feel secure in her relationship and what she had going on, and she felt loved and treated right, she wouldn't go searching. But I'm going to go searching when I don't feel like I have.
And that's also the thing that I've noticed. It's very normalized for men to go search for another woman when they are already in a relationship. but they are not happy in it. But if a woman would do the same, she's a whore. Even though, make the mathing, because it is a mathing at this point. A woman has every right to search for another man, even in the dating stage, if that man isn't giving and providing the things that she deserves and need and is worthy of. So of course, you don't need to play a game. You don't need to act as if you're in love with that person. You also need to be honest about that part that you are in search for someone better. Me personally, I just walk away. Some people choose to stay in that relationship or in that connection, but I do think personally you need to have a conversation about that part with that person, that they know where they stand, and that they also have a choice. I mean, to even leave you because they know that they are not enough for you in that way, and you're still searching. So there's probably something wrong.
What it is that's supposed to be here.
Well,
Okay, period.
why would they accept infidelity if the nigga rich? I don't understand.
But you have to understand.
He said, I don't accept the infidelity. I don't get why they accept the infidelity if the nigga's rich. Because a lot of what you see, this generation of man is very, very emotional, immature, in my opinion. But some are perfect, and even them, you can see they are in a good relationship. They and what I say about good relationship, I don't mean longevity. Longevity doesn't mean that it's a good relationship. But no, most of the 9 times out of 10 they are in a relationship, and they are 9 times out of 10 relationship men. Okay, it's like, that's what you can say. You can, and this is also, now I'm gonna say, you can choose to cry in a Honda, but you can also cry in a Bentley. What would you choose, and what would you prefer? And what I already said, even what a lot of women, what I also find wrong, because I personally would choose to stay just as long single before I can find the person that I think, yes, loyalty to me. I prefer loyalty over love, that's for sure. But some people don't. Some people still choose to want to have the love aspect, and that's also a certain lack in those women that they still stay. Most definitely a lack in those women that still stay. They need to fix that part also, because it's not, at a certain point, it's not only the fault of the man. At a certain point, a woman needs to check herself. And also, what I find very beautiful from another podcast that I heard, a woman said, if you want an emotional, available man, an emotional, mature man, you need to ask yourself, as a woman, are you? Because a man that is will leave you the moment that he finds out that you got bullshit walking around. And that's also a very real concept. But yeah, a lot of women would choose indeed to have with someone who has money instead, because especially if someone is always, I don't know, where they live, location is wrong, there's only cheaters around, yeah, then you would probably choose someone over money than a cheater and someone who can provide in you in any way. A lot of people in general, also in relationships, they just pick and choose. A lot of people don't believe that they can have everything in love that they want. I am a strong believer that I can. So I will never settle for someone if I know that there is a thing missing that is very much important for me to have in a relationship. I'm also not gonna say what that is. So yeah, continue.
Fuck, you saying they don't want to take the bullshit from a nigga that really love him, but he may not have all the money. But you go over there with a nigga that got all the money, but you accept all his bullshit, all the infidelity, all the baby he's have on you. That got all the money, but you accept all his. And they don't want to take the bullshit from a nigga that really love him, but he may not have all the money. But you go over there with a nigga that got all the money, but you accept all his bullshit, all the infidelity, all the baby he's have on you.
Because I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce than a Honda. Because guess what?
This man and we are, whoa, okay, down. That was very Wow.
If a
I
woman-
swear I haven't watched this podcast before. I haven't. Wow.
The
No.
manipulation in that.
But this is my thing, because guess what? At the end of the day, if I'm gonna be with a motherfucker that work at Home Depot and the lights is off, why not go be with somebody where at the end of the day my car note's still gonna be paid? I don't have to cry about his infidelity and me not being able to financially set myself secure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry in one way
Yeah.
and not two.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't like that answer. Because also people really need to watch out what they do, because what I've seen, a lot of men are asking for the woman who doesn't want them for their money, but exactly those men need to ask themselves, what else can you give that money? Can you give that woman besides money? And I can promise you, you can be with a woman that you think, oh, she is a gold digger, but the moment that you leave, the moment that she's gonna work on herself, I can promise you, she's going to be with a man that, I don't know if it would make a lot of money, but she will be with a man that will emotionally fulfill her in every single way. But also, what I want to say to women, if you want to go there, fix yourself. What I want to say to men, check yourself on your sexism, and check yourself on that little side of you that hates women. Check yourself. And also, what a lot of people need to understand, check to your family patterns, how your mom is, how your father is, and check how you're conditioned. What kind of relationship are you conditioned to? If that is not something that you want, fix that. Because the thing is, a lot of people, because I've been this person, oh my God, I cannot find the right man. That's bullshit. The right man is walking around. You're just picking the wrong one. There can be someone that can hold a heart for you and say, I will give it to you. But if you are conditioned something else, I'm gonna give an example. If you have the feeling that you need to work hard for love, ask yourself, who conditions for you to do that? Because in love in general should be given freely. It's the bare minimum. So yeah, with this concept, I found it very interesting. But especially women, you need to fix yourself, and men, do better, honestly. And stop blaming your money. Stop blaming what's in your pocket, and start blaming what the fuck is in your emotional side. Because the same man that is talking to him, I can see through everything, how he talks, how he is. Someone probably hurt his heart. He never went over it. Start to hate women. Go to fucking therapy. Okay? Everyone should go to therapy. And if you don't like therapy, be consciously about changing yourself. Because I'm not a strong believer that you always need to go to therapy. If you are capable of fixing yourself, do so. But check yourself. And check yourself on what you're accepting, and also check what you are offering. Because if you as a man, or if you as a woman want someone who is emotional available, gives you the emotional needs that you need, be real with yourself and ask yourself, are you ready for that? Can you provide for that? Because stop thinking about what they can provide for you. Also check yourself, what can you provide them? So if you know that you don't have a lot of money, there is someone who will still go with you. If you know that you have a lot of money, but you bring bullshit, there's probably also someone who will go with you. But if you ask for a woman who will like truly respect you and truly love you, you will not find it only if you have a lot of money. You will not. It's rare. It's 1 in a million. Okay, so and also at a certain point, I also think that when a lot of men say all the time, yeah, we only want one man for money, blah, blah, blah. At a certain point, a lot of men just want women, and they need to do as less as possible for. So also check yourself within that. Okay, so this is my podcast. My KījKÂY'S truth is longer. So yeah, have a nice day.